guys doing? I'm about to take a look at Candace Owens, right? No, we're watching a video of hers. She's going to be speaking on Cardi B, right? I don't know why necessarily. Cardi B don't really drop music like that. I think she might have been ranting on Twitter recently, but I know she might get cooked. Let's hear what Candace has to say. So speed normal.
Okay, so let me jog your memory very briefly. I'm sure you guys have been paying attention since all the politicians are now speaking about Sonia Massey. So she was a Black woman who was shot and killed in her home in Springfield, Illinois, after she phoned 911 and signaled that there was potentially a prowler at her house. So I have
heard of this. I've definitely heard of this case.
Basically, we're not going to show you the clip again, but you can tell when you're watching the clip that she's out of it. The best way that I would describe it is that she looks to me like she's having an adverse reaction to medicine. You sort of hear these stories about people when they're on Ambien and they do sort of weird things. And that's kind of the best way that I could illustrate what I was watching in this clip.
Yeah, I think she might have, I don't know for sure, but she might have been tripping. I don't think that's an excuse. I think that the cop in that situation, he had prior plans to he blatantly said what he would do. And I don't think that she was that damn threatening. What was it, boiling water? My nigga, cut it out. And so, yeah, I definitely think the cop was wrong in that situation for sure. But I don't think it's a race thing, right? A lot of people might try to say it's about race. It's not. It's about power. I don't think people that work for the government or are powered by the government should be able to do stuff like that and just get off or get away so easily. I think the requirements to be a police officer should be way higher.
And I said in response to it that I did not deem the shooting to be justified whatsoever. I also said that the police officer would likely get into trouble since he signaled that he was going to shoot her in the head. And I then concluded that it is suspicious that these stories and these videos seem to conveniently be dropped to Black America every election cycle. We went from George Floyd, and right when it's election cycle, suddenly they start looking. It's like they just send out an email. If you got any videos that could upset Black America, that would allow us to sort of bang on this race narrative, please send them. And immediately I point to the fact that Joe Biden was thinking about this. Where was he the last 4 years in office? Did no other Black people or white people die?
At bingo night. That's where he was at. He was at bingo. Hit the like button if you can, guys. Hit the like button. Unless you just hate watching me. If that's the case, what up? I was about to curse. I ain't gonna do it. I'm trying to censor myself a lot more these days.
At the hands of a police officer? No, of course not. But they liked the illusion of peace while they're in office. And then when they want a radical sea change, or if they want to stop somebody else from winning, they like to again drum up the race narrative. Totally sensible comments. I did not say anything that could have been deemed controversial. But Cardi B found it to be controversial, or she thinks that she found it to be controversial, because I think that she receives a lot of her information on the internet. So she may have saw a portion of my remarks taken out of context.
Stuff from Twitter.
That's what happens. You got to let the internet. And
I do think that Cardi B way too emotional and just rant. And sometimes she don't know. All the time, she don't know what she's talking about. But to be fair, that's what she's always done since day one, before she was even a rapper.
She was upset. She was very upset. So let's take a listen right now to what Cardi B thinks she disagrees with. Take a listen.
So the other person that I'm going to call out is Candace. I can't even say her name. Candace Owens, because she made such a, it's girl, why you always up, girl? Seriously, why you always up? I've been seeing clips of different things that she have said about different topics. And some of the things I'd be like, okay, I would never give you a 10 because I don't like you. I'm never going to give you a 10 because I don't like you. I give you an 8 or a 7. So certain.
Yo, Candace reactions, yeah. Candace reactions is hilarious. That's funny. She said, I can't give you a 10 because I don't like you. That's nasty. That's nasty work. That's you admitting that you can't give somebody their just due just because you're emotional.
Things that she have said, you know, in the past year or something, she had been saying a lot of things that is like, it kind of makes sense, kind of don't, kind of makes sense, kind of don't. But today she said something so disturbing about the
What she said?
choking a little bit.
It's okay.
Pause.
She said something so disturbing about the Sonia Macy case, and it's just like, yo, why you always gotta it up? Why you always gotta it up? Like, why you always gotta
cursing so much?
Like, it's like you.
What did she say? You didn't curse so many times without even conveying your point. What did she say?
Always gotta take it there, and it's like, why you gotta take it there? Like, for you to sit here and say that it's like, oh, we cannot blame everything on racial. Not everything is racial. I know that this is sad, but this is not something racial. There's more white people that killed by the cops, and it's like, girl,
true.
Shut up. You don't feel one little bit of empathy, one little bit of sympathy.
Hey, Felito, my bad, Cardi. Her saying a fact, right? And still condemning the police for what they did is not her saying she doesn't feel empathy. Like, she's saying stop putting it on race. It's more about what the heck is police doing the way they wilding out like this. Because it's not just black people getting done like that. But Cardi, she hears what she want to hear. I think that she just can't comprehend well. And she's a rapper. That's crazy. A job that entails her having to deal with words and she can't understand them.
But this woman died. There was no argument. There was no conflict. There was no raised a voice. And she got shot.
So that's a good place to stop before I let her keep speaking, because again, what tends to happen in these circumstances is Black America is routinely taught to just be upset and to be angry and to do exactly what Cardi B is doing. And this is why I always use her as an example, because she has a massive platform and she's saying things. She has no idea what she's talking about. She obviously did not listen to my full show. She did not listen to the full context. And yet she's leading people to believe that I've somehow justified the shooting of Sonia Massey, right? Because if you just listen to what she said, you would go, oh my gosh. Right. Candace is effing ish up again. Candace must have gone on her show and been like, listen, guys, this is not about race.
That's what's extra disgusting about that too, is the fact that Cardi B has a platform, right? She has people that will go to her live streams or whatever she's doing. I think it's live streams, but they go to her talking space on Twitter and just listen to what she says like it's gospel. And she be lying through her teeth. And it could be from lack of knowledge.
This is totally fine, and just showed no empathy toward the situation. And that is why people would deem her to be a useful idiot. That's why I say that they like to platform people that they suspect don't have enough education to research things on their own and will therefore just believe a headline or believe a short clip. And again, will not do any deeper research to see what exactly it is that person said in their full context.
Right.
So I'm just going to give Cardi B a portion of what I said that she definitively.
And I know this for a fact because Cardi B has admitted to such. She'll sit there and rant about a certain content creator, but admit that she doesn't watch their content. So she actually doesn't have any idea what she's talking about, but she's Cardi.
Did not see, because I saw the same clip, which was edited intentionally, or I should say misedited intentionally, clipped intentionally in a way that tried to make it seem as though I was just out there defending what had happened to Sonia Massey. Here are my actual remarks, which oddly sound suspiciously a lot like what Cardi B was just saying there at the end. Take a listen. Now, when this first was spoken about, we were told that, I don't know, there was some sort of a threat with the boiling water. Sure, yes, she's acting erratically, and there is a situation in which she could have thrown the boiling water at the police officers, but they were nowhere near her. And then they shoot her, which to me, given the context of the fact that you knew that this woman was not mentally there. And
yeah, right. Like they weren't, because I didn't think about how close the space was. If they wasn't nowhere near her, what was the threat? Like, yeah, I think the police were tripping in that case for sure.
Even if she did throw boiling water at you,
that caught me off guard because I'm like, wait a minute, yeah. Like, how big was the space? If they were like far from her. I don't understand what would be the issue.
How saying, she said, I will rebuke you. I think she said, in the name of the Lord. And then he says, no, you will not, because I will shoot you. I mean, that is like very extreme, very aggressive. And he then proceeds to, she says, I will shoot you in the face. I mean, that's just like, what are you even talking about? Over a woman with boiling water.
And that's crazy. So what is Cardi B talking? Cardi B is lying on Candace. Candace is actually making very, very valid points. I don't understand what the issue is. Candace is cooking, yes. She's making mad points right now. But because you want to hate her, or it's cool to hate Candace Owens, you spread misinformation on her. You're going to have people really thinking that she said what, what's her name? Cardi B was saying that she said.
In my opinion, he should have simply used his taser if he felt threatened by the steaming water. Or if he felt that he absolutely had to use his gun, why didn't he shoot her in the foot or somewhere lower? This just did not seem like an appropriate response to me whatsoever. Now, parking that aside, of course, as I have said since the beginning of time, we can get out of there are mistakes that police officers are human beings. So you can very much see what I said there. And it certainly does not sound like I was trying to justify what happened. But what she's taking issue with, and the reason why they clipped me out, was that I, again, made it obvious to Black America, because a lot of Black Americans now watch this podcast and they're starting to see me in my full context, that you can start to just notice this sort of behavior. You'll start to see these trends ahead of an election season. There's going to be a story.
When you're saying in the chat too, this was in your hometown and the dude shouldn't have even been a cop to begin with. Definitely don't sound like it, for sure. I think that, like, my problem is that I think that the police force should be like abolished or anything, right? I think that they should make the requirements to be a police officer way more intense. We need FBI level requirements, my nigga, right? I need military experience. I need extensive background checks and mental health checks. I need like a high level therapist, not Dr. Phil. I need like real, like highly skilled people that get paid to do this, to interview these people and be like, oh, nope, he's a nut house. Get him out of here. Get him out. I could tell he crazy, right? We need FBI profilers to interview police officers. We need a physical requirement too, because I'm tired of seeing fat cops. If you can't catch me, I don't believe you could keep me safe. If I just running and you can't sprint after me, we need RoboCop level cops. We need a man Bruce Willis level cops, like Die Hard level cops. Like, at least give me a Danny Glover. Give me a Danny Glover lethal weapon. Getting too old for this fish. Something. Right? Like, it's a lot of cops just out here just being foul. And it's not about race. Look at that group of Black cops that was beating people up like crazy. They ended up beating someone until they no longer are with us anymore. They were Black. It's not about race. It's about abuse of power. That's what it's about.
In which what they want Black people to do is to respond radically, irrationally, to be angry, to turn against each other, to burn down your own neighborhoods. And I said, don't let that be the circumstance. Do not allow people who have big platforms to convince you that this needs to be your issue that you need to go out and scream about. Instead, vote according to things that are going to actually matter.
Wait, they said, and this is me reading the chat, guys, if you watch the playback, they had DUIs. Wow. And a laundry list of DV reports. That's crazy. I don't know how you could work for them if you're doing that. Yeah, that's nuts. He should have never been allowed to be a cop.
That's essentially what I said to Black America. And Cardi B then decides to be an example of exactly what I was warning against. Take a listen.
And then it's like, okay.
Cardi B criticizing Candace Owens for her opinion on Black America, and Cardi B not Black is crazy. That's like hilarious to me. You wouldn't think, because the way she throws the N-word out so frequently, she just like Mel Gibson's it. She just throws the N-word out there. But she's sitting there pointing her finger like, you better not talk to black people. Blah, 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 blah. And she's not black. I think anyone can have their opinion. It doesn't matter about color. Why does it always have to be about color? I don't know.
Okay. He didn't say nothing racial, right? He didn't say nothing like a racial slur and everything. But one thing for sure is that we definitely know that he knew in the back of his head, because she was a black woman, that he was going to get away with it. Now,
okay, let's pause that right there. So that is a nonsense, right? To say one thing that we definitely know is that he knew in the back of his head.
I'm saying we definitely know that is nuts. We don't know nothing other than the fact that he should not have been working that job. He did not need to be an officer at all.
That she was a black woman and he was therefore going to get away with it is just such a nonsense, which flies in the face of everything that we have seen since the dawn of BLM. To the contrary, you have police officers that are facing time in prison, like the Asian police officer in the Derek Chauvin, who had nothing to do with anything, who lost his entire life. He was basically new on the scene and happened to be there as they tried to apprehend George Floyd. It's the exact opposite, actually. So the idea that this guy, that we have some shred of proof that this was racially motivated is ridiculous. That is, again, the media trying to convince, and Cardi B getting in line with the media and trying to convince black people to see a race issue where it is not. And again, the only reason they're doing this, right? You don't see any example throughout the last 4 years of them since George Floyd.
That's extra nasty because that really distracts people from what the actual issue is. It's nasty as hell.
Really kind of hitting at this, hey, Black America, this shouldn't have happened. You should be angry. The only reason they are doing this is because we're in an election cycle. I am pointing out that because it is so obvious. What a ridiculous thing. It is the one thing we definitely know is what was in the back of his head. That's what Cardi B is saying. But let's hear her keep going.
That he was going to get away with it. Not only did he think that, the department
cooking. Candace is super on point.
Thought that because they didn't tell her son or her father that a cop shot her. So they definitely thought that it was going to get away from it, and it had everything to do with the fact that because it was because she was black. So nobody has to say a racial slur for you to know that it was racially motivated. Like, come on now. And then it's just like, yo, how old is Candace Owens? How old is Candace Owens? How old is Candace Owens? She gotta be around my age.
Let's see if it's real. Let's see if it's real, because some of those like age websites be lying.
Owens. How old is Candace Owens? How old is this bitch? She's 35 years old. Candace Owens, you're 35 years old.
I know. What? That's not an insult. Damn. Candace looks amazing. Whoa. That's crazy. Because Candace is older than me. I always assumed she was younger than me because of how young she looks. Wow. I guess that's what not being on that stuff and being out here doing the Cardi B. I guess that's what was good for you. Actually, it's good for your health. Oh, like she had the fat one of youth. All right, that's crazy. If that's really her age.
Sonia was 36 years old. Y'all practically have the same body frame. Y'all practically got the same body frame. Y'all both slim. Y'all, you 1 year younger than her. She's a mother. You're a mother. She's a daughter. You're a daughter. She has a father that care about her. You got a father that care about her. Bitch, this could be you one day.
She got a father that cares about her?
It could be actually worse because you're the type of person that if a cop stopped you, you will get real sassy at the mouth. And as soon as you get sassy at the mouth, the motherfucker will shoot your ass. This lady didn't even got loud, didn't curse, didn't raise her voice, there was no confrontation. She got shot for no reason. And then you sit here and be like, oh, it's very convenient that it comes out when the Joe Biden, Kamala, and Trump thing going on. To be honest with you, when I saw that video, the last people on my head and the last thing on my head was Joe Biden, Kamala, or mother Trump.
Okay.
Because it's
We
not
can get out of this. So pointedly ridiculous. Again, how is it the last person that's on your head, specifically given the fact that Joe Biden actually made a statement on Twitter. They all were issuing remarks on
Facts. Like, I don't know what's wrong with Cardi. Nah, I know what's wrong. It's ignorance.
on Twitter regarding the shooting, which is why I was, of course, preempting Black America to be wary of this. Again, why are they not drumming this beat? Why aren't they beating this drum all throughout the time that they are in office? Why is it always an election year? Now, I just really want to back up and try to understand her logic there. She's trying to tell me that this could be me because she Googled my age. Which I actually thought that was pretty funny that she like live Googled and then she phonetically said, Owens, how old is this B? And she found out that I'm 35 and she's like, well, Sonia is also in the same age frame. She said Sonia was 36. I actually don't know if that's true. That Sonia was 36. She said, you guys are both also.
I thought she was talking about someone else that she knew was some mom. The way Cardi talk. She's all over the place.
Okay. So we're slim and we both also have fathers that loved us. So that could be me. Okay. That is about the level of stupidity that I believe the left and the media just wants all Black people to be operating at. Like that is what I say over and over again. They essentially want to say, you look like this person. And so unless you react, this is literally going to be you tomorrow. Now, I didn't have a reaction. And I did not cover the Sonia Massey shooting because of the color of her skin.
She's nuts for that. So you slim too, based off your body type. First it was skin color, now it's your body type. What happens with your body type? What happened with the bodies that you've caught? Yeah, Cardi. I don't really care about your body type.
Or because of her body frame, or because of some fear that this could not be me. I reacted to it because it was very similar to look at the shooting and to simply say what is true. And what I felt and what I feel is true is that that woman did not need to die that day. She just didn't. And I said that, and I'm a person that I'm radically pro-police. I think they have the toughest job. And that is part of the reason why I felt compelled to comment on this is because we want to show that as people who are radically pro-police, we are sensitive.
Yeah, jobs for police officers are not easy. That is facts. Can you imagine how scary a traffic stop got to be for an officer? Things be happening. Like, just look it up. Look, you could literally look at a countdown of a plethora of times of where people didn't wild out, and it looked like the movie Sicario.
And there was no reason, again, in my conclusion, what I said instantly, that Sonia Massey had to die. And I knew that it was going to be used as an opportunity to delude Black Americans into thinking you're nothing more than the color of your skin. And so you must be reactive every time something goes wrong. So Cardi, I have to say, I will always hold a candle out for you. I really wish that the media would cover the things that I say about you actually on the show. It's only every time that we have some sort of a back and forth or we disagree on something that the media tries to make it look like I hate you. Far from it. I feel badly that you keep being used by the media because they think that you're nothing but a stripper. Genuinely, I have
facts. That is what they doing out here in these streets.
Said this over and over again, is that you don't even realize that you are a pawn in a game that is much more severe and much more sinister than you could possibly imagine. Yeah. And I think that when you respond to these situations, Cardi, you're being genuine. I sense that genuinity in you. I say over and over again that when I saw you in Love and Hip Hop, it was clear that you were a star. And it was because of this perceived authenticity, this authentic factor that you have. And then it became clear to me.
I gotta say that, same. Same. I remember being in the hood, right? Back when I had like a roommate too. And we used to watch reality TV from time to time, or she'll just be on the screen or on Instagram. And everyone in the house would be like, yo, we love Cardi. Like, just because of her personality. She was like real as hell, fam. Like the way she talked, it was extremely Bronx. Right, but now it's like it's extremely dumb. The things that she says is because it's lack of knowledge and lack of interest in gaining the knowledge to be educated before you say stupid stuff.
Very quickly thereafter, that you were being used. you are still being used. You don't even know you're being used. You think you're coming at this heartfelt, and you're not actually. Your heart might be in the right place, but your emotions are being manipulated by people who are far more nefarious than you. And the irony, the absolute irony, that you would choose this week to come for me, actually, and obviously, I anticipate there will be a lot of headlines regarding my sit down tomorrow that will be airing tomorrow with Amber Rose. But you came up, actually. You came up, a discussion about you and where you are at.
Wait. Candace Owens got to sit down with Amber Rose? I need to watch that. When did that come out? I need to see Candace Owens ask Amber Rose the questions she need to hear. I love when Candace go and talk to former 304s and try to like figure what's going on with their mentality. It's amazing. It's amazing content. Shout outs to Amber Rose for sitting down for the conversation, man. It really shows that she's trying to change.
Developed between me and Amber Rose, and I just want you to see a little tidbit of that conversation right now. Take a listen.
I can look at Cardi and she reminds me of myself. I know I can watch what she posts. I've seen other things that she said, and I'm like,
that's crazy. Amber is blatantly calling Cardi out. Whoa. And damn, Candace look amazing there too.
That's me all day, every day. She's done Ellen. She's done all these like late night talk shows. And I've seen them. They're like, so you were a stripper? She's like, I'm an international superstar, you know? And like, that's the first thing.
To be fair, if you watch a Cardi B performance, she's still stripping. Technically. Make the Stallion too.
They do the same exact thing to me.
Literally on stage.
And I can tell in her voice, I've been there, yo. I promise you, I've been there so many times. And once I set myself free and now I'm just able to just be who I want to be, whatever that is, even moving forward, she'll eventually get there.
Wow.
I do. I still have hope that you will eventually get there, and that
I gotta watch that. When that come out today, I gotta go back and watch that.
Set yourself free, Cardi, from the industry, which is using you outside of what you can even comprehend, because they don't view you as someone who is educated. And that is all that I'm going to say on that topic. But speaking of education, you guys, I'm so proud to have Grand Canyon University as a sponsor of the show, because
girl, no, I rock with you. I ain't gonna sit there. Go and watch the original video, man. Go and watch I highly recommend Candace Owens just in general. Right? Super intelligent, and she conveys her points in such an elegant way. Go and check her out. But yeah, Cardi B was tripping. I think Cardi was like just wilding out. It had lack of information, but has so much to say. And that's never a good move. But whatever. Tell me what you guys think down in the comment section. Hit the like button, share the video as well.